Look at this AI survey that doubled a client's conversion rate from 7 to 15% overnight. I made it in 5 minutes for pennies. Marketing agencies can charge $10,000 for this, but you don't need them anymore. This AI agent makes custom surveys that get results fast. No coding, no tech skills, no stress. Clients now pay me $5,000 to $10,000 for work that takes minutes to create. Want to free yourself from boring form creation and charge premium rates? Then watch this. All right, so we're gonna use Claude 3.5, 3.7 for this one. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna start a new project, create a new project. Just put here survey forge. Okay, I'm gonna name it like that, and you can put the description here. Creates custom forms and surveys. Create project. Okay, I already have one created, so I'm not gonna do another one. So survey forge is here, and then all you gotta do is make sure you add the knowledge in here. Plus upload from device, and I'll give you guys the PDFs here to upload this, and then inside of the system prompt as well, edit, and here you're gonna have all the information to copy and paste. We'll give it to you later. So let's make sure that you do use extended always, all right, because it's gonna be the best for coding challenges and math, right? And so I have a little prompt here that we can use. It's basically giving it the context of the form or survey that you want. And for this one, I want to create like a little bridge page, just a little form to capture the information for our new community members from AI Stash. All right. So on here, I reference a landing page. So this is my current landing page. I need to create a simple form with email name and phone number. Those who opt in will gain benefit to join our AI Stash, get access to our AI agents and other free resources, automate their business, blah, blah. Make the style match our landing page. It needs to have a thank you slide with confetti and redirect to the community. This is the website, all right, which is this one. Okay. And so make the animation super cool and AI-like. I'll sprinkle any other stuff in here that you want. Okay. And once the user submits the info, here's a webhook to send it to. Okay. So typically webhook, I use Go High Level here to create a new contact. So all you gotta do is you go under automations, you create a new workflow. And in here, you're gonna search for an inbound webhook, okay? And it's gonna provide you with the little URL. We're gonna paste that here. Basically, the form info is gonna be sent to this URL. That's gonna help you create a new contact in the Go High Level CRM. And so here I reference the current landing page. I do like to take photos of the landing page or any style asset that I can give it, so it recreates the same style. And all you gotta do is I use this little Chrome extension called Go Full Page, and once you click on it and you're in any page, it's gonna capture the whole page for you. Okay, it's gonna scroll down by itself and it's gonna capture the whole thing, and it gives you either PDF or a PNG format. So I typically just download the PNG. I already did it, so I'm not gonna do it again. And all you gotta do is drag and drop it to the prompt, so it has that info as well. Now that we gave it all the information, we're gonna send it. It's gonna give us 3 pieces of code: the CSS, which is the style; the HTML, which is kind of the base code; and the JavaScript, which is the functionality. So let's give it some time, and it's gonna do its thing. All right, so we see it created 3 different files here. All right, so all we're gonna do now is go into, oops, we can go in here. Let me reload this page. Going to high level into a funnel step. Just create like a new page basically, and set up a funnel. And I'll call it survey test. Let's edit that. I already have a test here, so I'm gonna delete this column. So basically have, all we're gonna do is go into the custom code. So we're gonna add 3 of these, so we can duplicate it 3 times. First one, I'd like to add the CSS, which we're gonna open with style brackets. And we're gonna go here, CSS, And the whole code you can literally copy here, copy contents, the bottom right side. I'm gonna paste it here, and then we're gonna close this. Make sure you add this in the at the beginning of the next line, the backslash style, just like that. So we open and close the code. Then the middle one, I like to add the HTML, copy. This we can copy and paste just completely like that. And then the JS, which we can copy. And then this one, we're going to add script text to it. Script, pasted. And close, whoops, script. Okay, whoops, see, I messed it up, almost. Let me just repaste this whole thing. Paste. Oh, crap. Let me just repaste it again. Copy contents. Okay. Then you make sure you go to the last line. See, I made a mistake there. Go to the last line. May put it here. Script. Okay. Make sure it's all the way to the left. All right. So publish. Shall we test? There you go. So access secret AI marketing systems. Join our secret stash to discover powerful tools and systems. Voila. So I was gonna put the information here. Email. Phone number. And then see, you added everything. Join AI stash. See how cool this looks? It's nice animations. First try. Absolutely beautiful. So just to make sure, we have our URL here. We're gonna fetch, see samples, there's nothing that we're getting. This is the webhook that we configured, or we told the AI to configure it. Let's go join secret stash. Boom. Got the confetti. Welcome to the AI secret stash. And it says everything that we have. And so we got the button here so we can enter the community. See, it redirects to the page I gave it. And now we're gonna check the webhook. Boom, we got the webhook. Got the information here, all right, with the email, phone number, and everything. Okay, so let's save this. And when you save the trigger with the webhook, it's gonna prompt you to create a new contact, right? So then you have to map the fields basically. And all you gotta do is we got full name. Then you go into inbound webhook triggers, and it's gonna give you the information that it sent. So let's put name. This is gonna be the email. It's gonna map it to the email of the webhook, and then phone number, so we can map it to our phone number. Save. Let's publish this. So we make sure that every time new form test, Zalo. Okay, save it. Every time a new lead comes in through that survey, it's gonna create a new contact, okay? And let's just keep it like that for now. Now, everything's saved. Cool, we've created this. Now, we can keep telling the AI to make any modifications. Let's say we tested this and we want to add some more animations or any other extra stuff or change anything inside of the survey. You can just keep asking to change it in here, okay? But I can make another more in-depth video on that because it's going to be a little longer. You can just literally keep prompting, and with my prompting engineer video, you can just use those principles to edit this code, okay? But let's say you're happy with the form or the survey. You've added everything you wanted, okay? Now we have one thing and one issue is that once you're adding the full code here, and in the JS and the JavaScript, you have the webhook URL. It's pretty much open for everybody to see it in your code. Like if they go inside of your code in here, they can actually see their actual code, okay? And you can see your webhook, which is not good. And if they see your webhook, they can you can be prone to attacks from bots and people that don't like you can just try to mess with you. So we want to create a little bit more security on that. So all you want to do is to create just a simple function that's going to run that and validate your domain and everything that comes through the form to make sure that it's only coming from you and your domain and nobody else. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to GitHub first. Let me just close this stuff because we don't need it. We're going to use this code in a second. So we're going to go to GitHub to create a little repository. GitHub. Make sure that just go to github.com, create an account if you don't have one yet. And once you're inside of your main page, you can go into new, because we're going to create a new repository. We're going to name it survey test 2. Okay, make it private. Just create it. And now we're going to create just a couple files in here. So let's go in here, create a new file. Let's make it simple. And the first one is going to be called, we're going to want to make sure it looks like this. Basically, this is a folder. And then the first file is going to be netlify.toml. So we're going to name it netlify.toml. It's very important to nail the names, make sure they're correct. Okay, I'm going to give you this code, which you're just going to copy. This is the configuration code. Commit. Okay, we just created the first file. Then we're going to create the second file. We're going to add file, create a new file. And in here, file name, all we got to do is we're going to create first netlify, and then put a slash. So that's basically going to create a folder. Then we're going to create a second folder. It's called functions slash. And then inside of here, we'll create the other file. We're going to call it survey handler.js. Got to make sure you have the exact names, okay? Everything has to be specifically like this, okay? With this folder names, everything lowercase, just like that. And then we're going to copy that code, which is this little code in here. Copy code, paste, and commit. Commit changes. That's it. We created the whole thing. That's all we need. Now, whoops. Now, all we need to do now is go into Netlify, which is going to be what we're going to utilize to create this little function. So you can go to netlify.com, just create your account, okay? And then once you create the account, it's a free account, you don't need anything paid. All you got to do is go into your sites, and then we're going to add a new site, okay? We want to import an existing project from GitHub, okay? So it's here. So let's deploy your project from GitHub. So you're going to log into your GitHub account. It's going to show you the projects you have. The new one is called survey test 2. Okay. And then all we got to do is we make sure that we add the environment variables in here. Okay. So this is the stuff that we want to hide and we want to verify. So all we got to do is add the variables. So the first variable is going to be called webhook URL. Second variable is called allowed origin. So this is so that we hide the URL and it's in our server, okay? And the allowed origin is that we're going to put the domain here that we are using so that it verifies that it's coming from your domain only, okay? So the domain that I'm using currently is called zellocaptcha.com. So I'm going to paste that in here. Just make sure you put it without the backslash, just the full domain with the HTTPS, okay? And then the webhook URL is the one that we want to hide. So it's inside of the code currently. So we're going to go into code editor. We're going to copy this webhook. Let's copy it for now. Just copy for now. And we're going to paste it in here. Okay. That's it. So everything is in here. And then we're going to deploy. Boom. Site deployment progress. It's going to take a few seconds or a minute. So let's give it some time. All right, so now I published it. Now let's go into the production in here. And everything's complete. Still cleanup, done. Okay. So just gonna make sure it says one function deployed. All right. If it says that, then you've done the correct job. So let's click on here, which says open product deployment. And then all we gotta do is, this is a URL that you're gonna use. So all we gotta do is make sure you put /API that function, that survey, I believe. Sorry. Yeah, there you go. If you get this message, method not allowed, then everything is cool. You've configured correctly. So then all you got to do is copy this whole thing, make sure with the URL and then the /API /survey. And we're going to replace that in your JS file in here that has a webhook, correct? So we're going to copy this and change this one actually. Yep. So what I've done is I just changed the webhook that we had in here for the new URL that is going to pass it to our function that we just created so we can validate the whole thing. Save, publish. All right. And how do we know it works? Let's retry. Okay. So remember, we have our webhook here. Okay. Active. Check for any requests. Nothing. So how do we know it works? Let's check our console. Let's put name, Zalo at Zalo.com. Put a phone number. Boom. Processing. Yay. So you see form submitted successfully. That means that everything is connected, everything was validated, and we should see another one in here. There you go. Boom. Here's the next one. Zalo.com. And it came through. So we validated everything. We're more secure because we're hiding the webhook and it's verifying it's coming from our website. Okay. So that's it. That's all you gotta do. You have free stuff here. This is a free account as well, so you don't need to pay anything extra for this. That's enough for thousands of submissions a day, so that's okay. So that's it. We have all the 3 docs here. Anytime you want to do any more changes, you make sure it's all here. You can put, let's say, I want to add a black background to this whole website so it looks nicer. Okay. Boom. See? So we can have this in here. Now, you can make any changes into the codes, or here's the other thing. If you want, if you keep asking it to make changes, it gets to a point that it's going to get a little bit slow because codes are very long. It can get very long. And so what I like to do is actually create new chats every time that I'm going to make a lot of changes to my code. And make sure you use the project survey forge with the extended. And I like to give it this prompt that I have in here, or I'll just give it to you guys. Okay. Which is here. Okay, I'll just give it to you. It's very simple. This, I will provide the CSS, HTML, JS codes for my current survey or form, if you have. Okay. I need you to put each of them in a separate artifact. So the artifact is a little window you see on the right with the codes. Okay, so I can actually edit it. It makes it faster. It's a lot better. So I need you to put them in a separate artifact each, so we can edit them later. And so then I will provide one code at a time. Once you've added the full code to the artifact, ask me for the next code. Here's the CSS. Then all you gotta do is you just go into your side here, copy the CSS, paste it, send. And now it's going to copy the whole thing, put it into an artifact on the right side. You're going to see it in a second. Then it's going to ask you to give you the next one, and then you're going to give you the next one, like the HTML code. And it's going to do that again and give you the JavaScript code. And then once you have all 3, you can then ask to change stuff. Okay. Also, some things that I've noticed. They're building a bunch of these. If you don't get it right on the first time, okay, if it doesn't create a really nice one from the first time, you can just reprompt it again from a new chat and ask it to create it again. Okay, and you might have a much better result that way. Once you have a nice base, then you can do this, create a new chat, and edit have it edit and add anything you want, literally. Videos to it, change the icons. You can create multiple slides, add specific validations, add specific questions to it. You can also specific logic for if you have different questions that you want the thank you slide to look like. If you want a specific loading screen on the thank you page. If you don't want the thank you page, if you just want to redirect with a specific amount of time, literally anything you can do. I've created so many of these with a ton of different variations. And it's literally just like your coder that you can just ask in natural language, what do you need? And then it's going to just do it for you, okay? Another helpful thing is that once you create a new, when you're in a long chat with one of these, okay, and it's giving you errors and it's not working, okay, because sometimes it does give you bad code. The best thing I've found is just create a new chat with the code like I'm doing right now. Just add the base code that's working. So you save the code that was working from the get-go and then ask it to rewrite the whole code, okay, with the changes. That's another thing that has been worked for me. So just make sure that you follow those little steps and you're going to have beautiful surveys and forms that are going to convert, okay? So just make sure to ask those right questions. See? So I've created the artifact with CS code. Would you please provide the HTML code next? So you provide the HTML code next. And then it's going to ask you for the JS. Then you provide the JS. And so once you're finished, you can literally copy and paste this code to save them. I use codefile.io as well to save codes. And you can use them in there and save them, okay? But this would be the easiest way to create these. And if you hire somebody to create these, it's going to take days. It's going to charge you an arm and a leg. And here we've just created them in minutes with beautiful results with just AI, you see? All right. And thank you, guys. Wait, the exact AI agent that I use is in the description below. I put all my agents and resources in there for you as well. But it won't stay free forever. These systems have allowed me to free up 80% of my time and focus on the right stuff to grow and help others grow. Now you can use them too. I'm giving it all away for you to succeed today. Also, just do me a quick favor and tap the red button below for me so you don't miss the next video. And I guarantee it's gonna be fire. See you soon.